Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. It gives me a great honor and pleasure to present ACR 91 to commemorate and observe March 20th, 2014 as the beginning of Nowruz. Nowruz is a combination of two Farsi words, the first word being no, meaning new, and the second word ruz, which means day. Together, the word means new day, which is the name given to the new year in the Persian calendar. The commencement of the new year marks the beginning of spring. A resolution to celebrate Nowruz is the first of its kind in the California legislature and is long overdue, given that over half of all Iranian immigrants live in the state of California, a number greater than the Iranian populations of the next 20 states combined. The largest community of Iranian descent in California is concentrated in Los Angeles area. Californians of Iranian heritage that immigrated here for nearly 4 decades have significantly enhanced our state's vibrant industries, academic achievements, helped grow our cities, and continue to convey California's prestige with their presence in our state. According to the Small Business Administration's 2008 study, Iranian immigrants are among the top 20 immigrant pop groups that highlight that with the highest rate of business ownership, contributing substantially to the United States' economy. It is vital that we recognize the Iranian American community's role in transforming our state, whether it be the creation of innovative technology startups in Silicon Valley like eBay, or leading NASA's historic Mars exploration rover program, or transforming downtown Los Angeles' garment industry into a multi-billion-dollar industry. The contributions of the Iranian American community for California are a part of what makes our state the envy of other states and other countries. On a personal note, far too often, immigrant communities tend to stay in the shadow and stigma cast upon them of where they come from. For this reason, it is important, and I very much appreciate this House's and this body's recognition in joining me, to recognize Nowruz and the rich culture vested in the community to overcome and shield them from such stigma. Nowruz is a celebration of peace and goodwill. For the people celebrating Nowruz, it is a time to appreciate their heritage. However, Nowruz gives everyone an opportunity to celebrate and move forward with hope for a prosperous new year filled with health, prosperity, love, joy, and success. An important component of the Nowruz celebration is the setting of the haft-seen table. Haft is the word for number 7, and seen is the Persian word for letter S. This morning, an item that is central to the haft-seen table, the sabze, which is a sprouted wheatgrass, symbolizing the rebirth and renewal of nature, was delivered to all of your offices. Thank you, and I'd like to also make an announcement that today after session, room 317, we're going to be celebrating Nowruz, so I invite all of my colleagues to join me. With that, I respectfully ask for the first roll to be open for co-authors. Thank you.
Assemblymember Brown, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support ACR 91, the resolution that celebrates Nowruz, the Persian New Year. It's an important cultural holiday which has been celebrated for more than 3,000 years. It marks the beginning of spring and celebrates the rebirth of the Persian communities throughout the world. Nowruz provides an opportunity to celebrate hope for a new year and share long-standing family and community traditions. As I think about this, I think about the different holidays and the different groups we have in California. This is another example of what we should be doing in celebrating them all. So I ask that you all join me in commemorating the Persian New Year by supporting ACR 91.
Assemblymember Williams, you're recognized.
Madam Speaker, members, as Vice Chair of the API Caucus, I rise in strong support of ACR 91 to recognize the Persian New Year, Nowruz. This is a holiday that's been celebrated for thousands of years. It's thought that it went back to the prophet Zoroaster himself, the founder of the world's first monotheistic religion. It's celebrated by Persians and areas that were once part of Persia, over 15 countries, and 3 faiths that were nurtured on the soil of Persia. The API Legislative Caucus has worked very closely with the Iranian-American community, which we have the largest in the world, or in the United States, here in California, especially in the area of hate crimes and bullying. Taking this time to celebrate Nowruz is an educational moment for all of us to learn about this vibrant community. Respectfully ask for your aye vote for this great resolution.
Assemblymember Weber, you're recognized.
Good morning, and Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Legislative Black Caucus in support of ACR 91, Nowruz, the celebration of the Persian New Year. Many have talked about already the wonders of the New Year, the fact that this is the first time in this House that we will actually commemorate the beginning of the Persian New Year, and that is significant for all of us. One of the great things that we've seen in the last couple of years is that we have been made aware of so many other cultures that live in California, that California truly is a very diverse state that has multiple cultures, even though some of us look alike, that within the look, the external look, lies a depth of culture and tradition that is so very important. This marks a significant move for us, as I think, as a House, to be able to basically talk about Persian New Year. But it also says that there are some values that are within that culture that all of us can learn from. And as I look at the things that we do, I always find the common thread that kind of binds us all together. The fact that this is a culture that believes in peace, believes in prosperity, believes in bringing people together is significant. That this New Year is also about cleaning house. It has a tradition in it called shaking the house or cleaning the house, the spring cleaning, that many of us have talked about in more of a physical sense when we do spring cleaning. But it also is a spiritual thing about cleaning that exists not only in the Persians, but also exists in the Ghanaian culture in the Festival of the Yams, where we come together to talk about casting off the past and moving forward with a new way, with a new perspective for the future. I am optimistic that as we do these celebrations, that we just don't do it as a part of a tradition, but we do it as a part of learning, a part of growth for us as an assembly. That we look at this and say, this is a new beginning. This is a new beginning for this House, because we're in a new legislative portion of our session, where we hopefully will cast off the fears and the hang-ups of the past and move forward to a new day, a brighter future for California. So I'm excited that we're once again have an opportunity. We've had one New Year. We've got another New Year. Just think, if we keep having these New Years, we will refresh ourselves so much that we'll be the future that we want to be in the present. Thank you so very much, and I encourage us to actively support ACR 91. Thank you.
Assemblymember Nazarian, would you like to close?
Thank you, colleagues, and I humbly ask for your aye support. Thank you very much.
Before we go to adding co-authors, I'm just going to ask Mr. Nazarian to turn his key on. I would hate for you to miss this vote. So, members, Mr. Nazarian is asking for the first roll be open for co-authors. The clerk will open the roll. This is for co-authors. "72 co-authors are added. No further discussion or debate on this. We can take a voice vote on this item. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The measure is adopted. Mr. Nazarian, you will now be asked to introduce your guests from your desk.
Thank you again. Madam Speaker and members, we have the honor of being joined today by Iranian-American delegation composed of professionals, community leaders, activists, business representatives to witness the first Nowruz recognition in California State Assembly. In the rear of the chamber, we have many members of the community who have come from different parts of the state to join us and to be with us today, including also individuals up in the gallery that are sitting around. So I want to take a brief moment and introduce some of the members in the back. Leading the pack is Mr. Alex Helmy, an entrepreneur and owner of the well-known The Mocha Persian rug store in Los Angeles' Westwood Village. Second is Mr. Carmel Melmad, a journalist with the Los Angeles Jewish Journal and co-owner of U-Aerospace manufacturing firm in Simi Valley. Dr. Amir Hamidi is a special agent with the U.S. Department of Justice. Dr. Nikki Hakimi is a surgeon and past president of the Sacramento District Dental Society and three-time director of the California Specialty Periodontal Association. Mr. Kumar Zarzani is the executive director of Ivy Bound Academy in my district. Mr. Mohammed Golshani is the owner of Bamdad Radio, a cultural Persian radio station for Northern California. Dr. Reza Mahdavi established the Center for Middle Eastern Studies at UC Davis. And Mr. Anush Sadegh is the Internet and Marketing Director for Mercedes-Benz of Encino. And last but not least, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize our own Mr. Sohrab Mansourian, who is the Assembly's IT guru. Thank you for all your work. Thank you.